Perhaps in a research manuscript, this part is the most problematic one. Usually, you will get a lot of revisions, you will be getting a lot of comments in this part of the research because it is actually what you're going to do in your for your paper. It's the research methodology. So, for this video, we are going to tackle what comprises the methods of research in APA 6 format. So, we're basically talking about the second part of the manuscript, the methods. So the research methodology, it is a specific procedures or techniques that are used or you're going to use to identify or select and process and analyze information about a topic. So basically, in a research paper, the methodology section allows the reader to critically evaluate um, a study's overall validity. And then it's also testing out if it's reliable. Okay, so if you're going to look at the entire manuscript and ikaw yung critic, dyan kasi talaga titingin, tama ba yung gagawin kung proposal pa yan? Tama ba yung gagawin ng researcher na to, or kung halimbawa tapos na yung proposal, tapos na, actually nasa final stage na dapat, pero napansin, tama ba yung ginawa ng researcher na to? So dyan makikita yan. So the methodology section answers two major questions. How was the data collected or generated kung hindi siya readily available? Or how was it analyzed? Okay, so for the first part of it, we have the research respondents. So it includes the target population and sample with demographic information such as age, gender, and ethnicity. The target population and the target sample that you will use for generalizing about the target population are specified in this part. So, procedures for selecting samples should be outlined, including justification for the sampling method, also known as the sampling procedures. So, a population is said to be a group, okay? It's a group of individuals that have the same characteristics, whereas a sample naman is just a subgroup of the target population that the researcher plans to study for the purpose of generalizing about the target population. So, sampling ang pinag-uusapan dyan. Halimbawa, your target population are all grade 10 students. Okay, so all graded students, like all over the world, of course, you will not be able to do that, or you don't have that time. You will be narrowing it down to Filipino students, pero all Filipino grade 10 students talaga? Are you sure? Public and private, all of them in the entire Philippines? Of course not. So you'll be narrowing it down now to the to Luzon. I mean to Luzon. So demographically, geographically as well. Now, that is already actually a sample eh. Sample na yun eh. Yung hindi mo naman kinuha buo. Pero you keep on narrowing it down until you get that kind of sample na kaya mong i-manage at magbibigay naman ng reliable na results. And that sample is what you will be using to generalize about the entire population. So, hindi mo man na-test ang lahat ng mga grade 10 sa buong mundo, kung yung sample mo nagbigay sa'yo ng ganitong klaseng results, then ang judgment, ganun na rin ang result for all of the other grade 10 students na hindi mo naman na-test. Okay, so that's basically how it works. Now, the sampling procedures include probability sampling or non-probability sampling. So for probability sampling, it is the selection of individuals from the population so that they are a representative of the population. It is done through simple random, systematic sampling, stratified sampling, or multi-stage cluster sampling. So, ganun siya. So, non-probability sampling naman is the selection. Okay? It is the selection of participants because they are available. They are convenient, or they represent some characteristics naman that the investigator wants to study. It is done through convenience and snowball sampling. So, halimbawa, you're looking for English teachers as your respondents, meron ka namang kilalang mga English teachers. So, syempre, sila yung mga unang magiging respondents mo because it's convenient for you to do so. Okay, so that's actually, that's still actually correct way of sampling. So the next the next part is going to be the instrument. Instrument in this section, I think it must include the instruments to be used in measuring variables in the research question. So it must include some things like the source of or the developers of the instrument, the validity and reliability of information. Kailangan na-clarify mo sa nanggaling, and then kailangan ma-justify mo rin na it is a competent piece of instrument na pwedeng magbigay sa'yo ng results na gusto mo or kailangan mo. And then information on how it was normed, kung ilan na ba ang mga gumamit nun, okay, that will actually more or less make it more, reliable and valid. And then other salient information such as the number of items in each scale and some subscales. So, for instance, the suggested instruments na pwedeng gamitin for the research question na what is the relationship between stress and achievement. Okay, so halimbawa yung research problem mo, it is what is the relationship between stress and achievement. Pwede mong gamitin yung instruments na to. Okay, the first one, for stress, to measure stress, you may use the Perceived Stress Scale or PSS. It is by Cohen, Kamark, and Mermelstein in 1983. And then for the achievement part naman, you may use the Wide Range Achievement Test, third edition. So it's WRAT hyphen 3, Roman numeral number 3. So these two instruments are useful in talking about, or in actually not talking about, in gathering the best set of data, okay, the best kind of data too. And the last part is the procedure. The procedure section, it is including the research design and data gathering procedures. It presents the material in a step-by-step manner. More so, the procedure section is based directly on the research questions. It is the how-to section of the study, and it will be introducing the design of the research and how the data will be collected based on the questions of interest. So, in making or in writing your procedure, kailangan ganito siya. Yung tipong kahit na wala ka dun for the reader, wala na, malinaw na yun lahat para sa kanya. Yung ginawa mo, yung ginawa mo, yung chronology ng mga steps mo, wala siyang tanong, okay? For you to be able to say na effective, na malinaw, yung research procedure mo, kailangan, if there's this another researcher who is interested in your work and they read it, they should be able to replicate the study by just reading the procedure without asking any more questions kasi it's so effectively written. Okay, so for the meantime, that's going to be the last research-ish na video na gagawin natin in a while. I'm going to talk about some other topics next time. I just hope that I'll be seeing you by then pa rin. So again, this is CJ, and this is the Knowledge Catalog, Education Solutions. Thank you so much.